My goal every year is to play every game. But they love the game. They love the process of improving. They love the process of winning. Last year doesn't mean we're going to have a successful season this year. No one cares about what happened last year. Everyone's got optimism. Everyone's got high goals, high hopes. He's a guy that is a difference maker with the ball, and I think he's going to be one of the best tight ends for a long time. First of all, they're extremely well coached. They got a lot of talented football players.
All right, man. Let's go over the easy questions. I want to transition a little bit into the Washington Commanders. Obviously, you re-signed with them in the offseason. Describe the feeling of when you re-signed with Washington, and why was it important for you to return to the Commanders this season?
Yeah, it was a no-brainer, honestly. The season that we had, the enjoyment of the process that I was able to experience last year in DC with Coach Quinn, Adam Peters, was a no-brainer. You know, at this point in my career, I'm not just playing to play the game. I'm playing the game to be a part of an organization that is competing at a high level, is loving the process, and doing everything they can to put their players in positions to be successful. In the reality of the situation, that's not every team in the NFL, and so it's an honor and a privilege to be down here with an opportunity to continue to improve not only as a player, but as a team. And so for me, I think that's what's exciting. You know, whatever happened last year. It's not gonna have any impact on this year. And yeah.
Yeah, Zach, talking to you right now and then from a few months ago during Super Bowl week, I could tell how much you really like playing in Washington. Did you notice that immediately when you started playing there, just the chemistry, just the seamless fit with the guys?
The guys, the people is what makes a building special. It's not any slogan. It's not any saying that you put on the wall. It's the people that you bring in, makes the day-to-day enjoyable or not. And the thing that Adam Peters, the GM, did was he brought in people that truly cared about football a ton. But they love the game. They love the process of improving. They love the process of winning. And so with being surrounded with men like that made my job that much more enjoyable, because that is me to the T. And so being back there, it really was from the moment I got to DC, I truly loved being a Commander. And like I said, a lot of it had to do with the people, Coach Quinn, the building, the environment that they created. First class.
Yeah, man, the environment sounds amazing. Before I start asking you about your teammates and the guys over there, I want to ask you, obviously you're going through the offseason, you're getting ready for training camp. You're a veteran tight end. What are some of the things you've worked on? How has the offseason gone for you?
Yeah, my goal every year is to play every game. And so the process of playing every game doesn't start on August 22nd when you report for training camp. It starts the moment I started training in February after we finished our season. And so it is a 365-day-a-year job for me. I love being able to just callous the body throughout the offseason, to be able to be at my best on Sundays. And Coach Quinn does a phenomenal job of taking care of me and some of the other guys at later stages in their careers, because he understands just the wear and tear we've experienced over our careers. Played a lot of football, so didn't practice Wednesdays last year, but I was able to get another good lift in during the week, and I think that allowed me to stay explosive, stay healthy, and that's really what I'm working on now, is trying to be at my best for the season.
I want to ask you about Jayden Daniels. Obviously, amazing rookie season, one of the best rookie seasons of all time. He's entering his second year. Obviously, you've talked to him a little bit recently. Have you noticed any difference in Jayden entering his second year? Is he a little bit more confident, or is he just has he always been confident since you started dealing with him in his rookie season?
He's always had a confidence in himself, and this confidence is from how he approaches the game. His confidence is from how hard he works, how he studies film, how he talks about the game with his teammates. And I think, if you compare, like, last year he was like he had just been here for a month 2 months at this time. Now he's got a full year plus under his belt as a Commander. Just so much more comfortable, so much more. Just the guy when you go out on the practice field, there's no surprise what's going to happen. And so it's just for me. I've enjoyed every bit of working with him this offseason. We had a great OTAs. And so the work that you see on Sundays in the fall starts in OTAs together when you're out there running routes, going against defense, talking against defense, because you don't just get better at football by working out or training or talking football. You get better at football by playing football. and that is through hard work and practicing together. And so I see a lot of value in practice. I know that the league has changed a lot over my career, and the value of practice and taking care of people, which there is a lot of that to it, which is good. But there's also a lot of you got to practice to get better.
Yeah, Zach, like you said, you've been in the league for a while. You know better than anybody what it takes to be a champion. You're a Super Bowl champion. You played on the Philadelphia Eagles. I guess my question is, what is the key? Because you guys had a surprise season last year. I don't think anybody expected you guys to go to the NFC Championship game. What is the key to maintaining that level of success, considering now there's a bullseye on you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to a lot of people about this the past few months. Nothing that we did last year is going to impact this year. Just because we had a successful season last year doesn't mean we're going to have a successful season this year. And I think that's the beauty about the NFL when the season starts and when we report for training camp in a few weeks from now or a week and a half from now. No one cares about what happened last year. Everyone's got optimism. Everyone's got high goals, high hopes. And it's about who's going to improve the most during the year, who's going to improve the most during training camp, so you can go out there and be your best on game day. And so for me, nothing. I mean, we were 4, 5, 6 games away. That one game's on the last play of the game. Ball bounces 2 or 3 times the different way, and we're looking at a completely different season. So we can't just rest on our laurels saying we went to the NFC Championship game as a first year really operation. The reality is we have to improve. The other teams have improved. It's a lot. It's going to be 10 times harder this year than last year, but that's what makes the NFL great.
Yeah, Zach, I mean, you brought up a great point. Obviously, a lot of games win your favor, close games. Um, I know you guys take it week by week, but I want to ask you because the Eagles are the Super Bowl champions. You guys lost to them in the NFC Championship game, played them 3 times. You're familiar with them. What is the key to beating the Eagles?
Oh, man. I feel like if I had that answer, everyone know it. They would be defeated. They'd be 0-17. First of all, they're extremely well coached. They got a lot of talented football players. And so the key is obviously the key to winning every game is who's going to execute better, who's going to turn the football over less, and who's going to limit or have more explosive plays. And that is the recipe, I feel like, for all games. It's not just about the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, they won the Super Bowl for a reason. But like I said about our team, last year is last year. Nothing that happened last year is going to matter for this year. And so we all got to earn it, not only them, but us as well.
I want to ask you real quick about Deebo Samuel. Huge addition, proven playmaker with the San Francisco 49ers. Thoughts on that addition, what he brings to the table?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, the guy loves to work, which means he's going to fit in perfectly in our organization. He was grinding every day in the offseason. I've been with him. I've seen him train in the offseason so far this summer. He's the guy that is a difference maker with the ball in his hands. Is he a running back? Is he a receiver? Doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, the guy's a playmaker. You find ways to get the ball in his hands and block on the perimeter for him, and good things are going to happen. And so for me, I'm excited. You know, Cliff is such a good guy at using people to their skill sets, and Deebo's got a lot of them. And so it's going to be exciting for him. It's going to be exciting for us. And so I'm excited to get to work with him again in a few weeks.
In your opinion, who's the best tight end in the NFL? And if you don't feel comfortable answering that, you can name maybe 1 or 2 tight ends that stand out to you.
I think I'd probably say George Kittle probably right now is the best tight end in the league. I think the most underrated tight end in the league, Sam Laporta. I love the guy. I think he's one of the best tight ends in the league. I think he's going to be one of the best tight ends for a long time. They just have so many mouths to feed in that offense that he might not put up the biggest stats, but in my opinion, if he was in an offense that he was the number one option, number 2 option, his stats would be crazy because he can do it all. He's wired the right way. He approaches the game the right way. And so, yeah, for me, I think Sam is going to be one of the best tight ends in the league, if not the best tight end in the league for a long time.
Well, Zach, dude, I appreciate the time you took out for me today again, and we'll do this again sometime down the road. I wish you the best of luck coming up this season.
Thanks, DJ. Talk soon.